well-known ones, just announced that his retirement from WWE. Dude, what? Good shit. All right, so non-Comic Con related, Vince McMahon just retired from WWE. Holy shit. Stephanie and Triple H about to turn this shit completely around. That's awesome. Anyways, back to it.
Oh boy, we got a big extra today, Danny.
Bro, this is a day that I never thought was actually going to happen, man. I'm fucking stoked.
Oh, I could tell you're stoked. You got the glasses on. You're looking so happy. Like, I've never seen a smile on your face like this. But what is going on? We are wrestling maniacs out there worldwide. It's the best one, Donnie here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. Ben is currently busy right now doing stuff for his own platforms. So me and Donnie are gonna have to be taking this over. But you might see a really funny clip in this extra, man.
We will put it in like the middle of this, maybe, just to, give you guys a good laugh. But
Yeah.
this is a huge extra for this week. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands, best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere, like an RKO. And of course, you already know, the grind is real. And I was not expecting to make a video whatsoever today, but literally, Vince tweeted not even 10 minutes ago, and he tweeted that he's 77 years old, that he is officially retiring, then, now, forever together.
WWE, man. I feel like this was coming for a while. And just like you, I wasn't, I was making TikToks and stuff because I started streaming on Twitch. So I was doing all that. I was editing another reaction video. I'm not even streaming tonight because I'm going to be doing stuff with the kids. So no SmackDown stream tonight for those of you wondering. But this has been coming for a long time, bro. Vince McMahon has been creatively bankrupt for years. And I mean, he's 77 years old. The dude had to retire sometime. And I'm just hoping that right now, and the state of WWE is now, and with Stephanie McMahon sort of being the interim GM, or the CEO, chairwoman, whatever you want to call it.
Well, it has been confirmed. Right now, it's all over Twitter. I am going through this as we're doing this.
Oh, breaking news. What's up?
So, according to WWE sources, Danny, it is going to be Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan. They are going to be co-CEOs of WWE.
Oh God.
So here's what I'm gonna read a couple things here, and then we'll get our opinions about it.
I still don't like Nick Khan.
So all of this happened within the last 24 hours. Triple H has announced that he's officially back as EVP. Vince McMahon has announced his retirement from WWE. Stephanie and Nick Khan are now co-CEOs of WWE. All of this happened within 24 hours.
My only thing is, wouldn't it make a little bit more sense to have Triple H as CEO or co-CEO? Why does Nick Khan have to be involved? He just, as far as I know,
I think he invested a lot of money into it. I think that's why he has some of that ownership with WWE. I think.
As long as Triple H
gets the only logical standpoint.
As long as Triple H gets put in some kind of creative role within WWE to revamp the shows. I mean, everybody raves about how great he did with NXT. Imagine what he could do with the fucking main roster with the likes of Brock Lesnar and Roman fucking Reigns and everybody else building the entire company.
There's change coming to WWE, Danny. There is change.
Finally.
So, here was Vince McMahon's final words as he announced his retirement from WWE. And I quote, "Our global audience can take comfort in knowing WWE will continue to entertain you with the same fervor, dedication, and passion as always." McMahon continued, "I am extremely confident in the continued success of WWE, and I leave our company in the capable hands of an extraordinary group of superstars, employees, and executives, In particular, both chairwoman and co-CEO Stephanie McMahon and co-CEO Nick Khan. As the majority shareholder, I will continue to support WWE in any way I can. My personal thanks to our community and business partners, shareholders, and board of directors for their guidance and support through the years. Then, now, forever together. And he said, as I approach 77 years old, I feel it's time for me to retire as the chairman and CEO of WWE. McMahon said in a statement released by the Sports Entertainment Company. Throughout the years, it's been a privilege to help WWE bring you joy, inspire you, thrill you, surprise you, and always entertain you. I would like to thank my family for mightily contributing to our success, and I would also like to thank all of our past and present superstars and employees for their dedication and passion for our brand. Most importantly, I would like to thank our fans for allowing us into your homes every week and being your choice of entertainment. I hold the deepest appreciation and admirations for our generation of fans all over the world who have liked, currently liked, and sometimes even loved our form of sports entertainment. That was said by Mr. McMahon himself.
Do you feel like now? I feel like this is gonna raise a lot of questions, especially with like all the like allegations and the $3 million and the whole lawsuit or whatever that's happening right now, the court situation. Do you think this has anything to do with that, or do you think Vince McMahon always had a plan to retire?
The allegations, I would be lying if I said I don't think that the allegations have anything to do with it. But I think that a little bit of it has to do with that. But I feel like there's also like this has been waiting, I think, for a couple years now for Vince to do
Mhm.
this. He is 77 years old. According to reports out there, I know him and Linda McMahon have been split up for I think a couple years now.
Bro, they
And this
haven't lived in the same house in over 20 years, bro. That was like so over 20 years. That's probably around like 998, 99.
I think for Vince McMahon, like I think just, for him, I just feel like it's time and maybe he is actually seeing that it's time because he did make those appearances on Raw and SmackDown a couple times and you can tell that like Vince McMahon like being in the crowd, yes, he got the pop, he got what he wanted, and I think he realized that like, maybe it is time for me to step down. And Stephanie McMahon stepped up as the co-CEO, and I think like from so far what I've heard is nothing but positive things. So I think Vince McMahon seeing that in his daughter and of course Nick Khan who, he definitely trusts if he's, stepping down as CEO. I really think that Vince McMahon is actually retiring.
There's just something that
I just don't know why you would go
I
on Twitter and tweet it.
bro, part of me doesn't even feel like I feel like somebody runs his Twitter and he's just like, "Oh, post this." You know what I mean? I don't there's something tells me like Vince McMahon, like he's always working, he's always doing this. I don't think he actually uses social media, but that's just
Well,
me
no, like
personally.
with what I said in the interview, that was Vince McMahon's words that he did
Oh
say.
yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
the tweet was from somebody else, but the words that he said that was from Vince McMahon himself.
yeah. He probably fucking wrote it down and then fucking somebody else posted it. There's something I don't like about Nick Khan though, and like he just I don't know what it is. There's just I've heard some things about him, and there's some talent that fucking find him creepy and that don't find him reliable, and there's just something I don't like about him. So I hope he doesn't have that much of a major role within the company, just like Stephanie McMahon does. I hope he sort of just like sees her as just let her do her thing without somewhat getting involved. You know what I mean? I'm kind of
Yeah, and I
curious to see what bigger role Triple H is going to play because obviously Stephanie and Triple H are married, so she's gonna do everything she can to make her husband happy. Is that going to be working creative? Is that going to be work on the main roster? Is that going to be doing NXT? Is that going to be doing live events? That like what's going to make him happy?
that's the thing. This just came out, and we really don't know what's going to happen here. We know that a few weeks ago, WWE announced that they were going from PG to TV 14. And it
Yep.
seems like they are slowly, like they are changing the product a little bit slowly. It's obviously not
Apparently,
going to happen overnight, but it is
apparent
happening slowly.
from what I heard, it was USA Network that wants TV 14. It's not WWE. That's why this past Monday it wasn't
Well, I
outside of
bet
fucking
Well, I bet
yeah
you didn't know, Danny, that Survivor or I just
SummerSlam.
botched. SummerSlam is actually going to be TV 14.
Yeah, it's been posted. I've seen
Are we going to
pictures of
get blood?
whatever the.
I hope we get some blood.
I would imagine a little bit. I mean, how can you have a fucking last man standing match with two of the biggest heavyweights in pro wrestling and not have 1 ounce of blood drop? You know what I mean? Like with
I
Roman
think
Reigns and
that
Brock Lesnar.
this is absolutely huge news here with Vince McMahon, and I don't think that this is a work whatsoever. I really feel
Yep.
like that this is legit. I think Vince realizes that his time is up, and while he's still alive, I feel like Vince McMahon really needs to step outside of WWE and enjoy some more years, and
That
actually
dude's
live
made
life a little bit.
that
His whole
that
life
dude
has been WWE.
that dude's made so much money and he hasn't been able to enjoy it. What's the
But
point of
that's what
getting
I'm
rich if
trying
you
to
can't
say.
fucking
But think about it. Vince McMahon, he also has, grandsons and granddaughters. And Vince McMahon, freaking, he still has, he's very healthy. He can still, enjoy life while he's still living. And I really think that, like, after having, like, the career that Vince McMahon has had, what he did, taking, buying the company from his dad and,
mm.
creating this freaking phenomenon, WWE, has been absolutely incredible. And I think, like, he's accomplished everything that, more than what he expected. And I think that this is, the perfect time for him to step down.
I definitely agree. And here's my take on the whole thing, right? Outside of like, what, cuz I don't want to speculate too much. I want to wait there, obviously over the next couple of weeks more information is going to be coming out about what's going to happen. I don't want to get my hopes up, you know what I mean? Because Vince McMahon, yeah, he's retiring, but it doesn't I don't want to necessarily say that means automatically the product's going to be,
It's
spectacular.
not, but that's the thing I want to point out on here for the maniacs that are watching this extra. Do not expect WWE to get better overnight. This is going to be a slow process. It's just like a sports rebuild. When a team,
Mhm.
gets rid of their good players and they go into rebuild, you don't expect them to win championships right away. It takes time. And right
I
now
want to
WWE is in a rebuild mode.
I want to say by after WrestleMania next year, hopefully all the pieces will be in place. But I mean, there's really no telling on what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because like we're by the time we get off from recording this, I mean something major could drop like immediately following it. So we're gonna have to obviously do a follow up within the next week or so to see if any more
Definitely.
information is coming up. But this is big news, man. This is big fucking news. 2022, July 22nd, 2022, the day Vince McMahon retires from WWE.
I
It's a
can't
monumental
believe it.
fucking day, man.
It is. And, like, as a WWE fan my whole life, I really want to take the time here to thank Vince McMahon for all the entertainment that he brought to my childhood, to, even this We Are Wrestling channel, because we wouldn't be, like, doing this if it wasn't for us being such fans of this professional wrestling.
Yeah, I will say, regardless of how angry Vince has made me over the last, 2, 3 years, um, he was a very prominent role in the Attitude Era, and I speak
Ruthless
nothing
aggression
but
as well.
highly of the Attitude Era. That's the era I grew up in. It's the era that I first started watching pro wrestling in. And I mean, nothing was bigger at the time than fucking Austin versus McMahon. You know what I mean? That fucking spiked the fucking ratings. That and he
But
invented
here's what I'm
Undertaker
trying
and DX and Kane, all these massive, gigantic fucking characters, and it's just nuts, man.
But here's what I'm trying to say. regardless whether you hate Vince McMahon or you love Vince McMahon, if it wasn't for that genius, we would not be watching wrestling. We would not be covering wrestling. Wrestling wouldn't be where it is today
We
if
would
it
have
wasn't
no
for that
we would have
genius.
we would have no AEW. WCW wouldn't have been as big back in the 90s during the Monday Night Wars as they
It would
were.
have been just territories, probably.
Pretty much, man. Wrestling, like, Vince put wrestling on this fucking pedestal, and he made it this gigantic phenomenon that, regardless if you dislike somebody or you have an issue with somebody, you will always be able to bond with that person over pro wrestling. That's what makes,
Mhm.
pro wrestling so special. It's just like heavy metal and hard rock music. It's a very niche audience, but it's like a brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And like I know there's allegations and stuff going on with Vince McMahon, and that's
First of
like
all, I
the
do want to
last thing
say,
I'm trying to think about during this.
this. Okay, these allegations, whatever they are, I will say, at least he never touched a child. That is fucking huge, bro. In today's age, he never fucking touched a child, and he never. I don't think he ever forcibly like put himself on to a female. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I don't know. But as far as I know, he just had an affair and he paid the woman off. So those are two
Yeah.
major things. He never forcibly touched a woman, and he never touched a child. And today in 2022, bro, that is fucking huge.
And it's not right regardless like what's going on here. Like I always say, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. And right now
Hmm.
Vince McMahon hasn't been, found guilty yet by, the courts and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just want to, say thank you to Vince McMahon for, really like, creating this phenomenon. This, thing that we love called professional wrestling or even sports entertainment.
Yeah, bro.
I'm very curious to see what's going to happen next with WWE because now, like, we really have to, see how SummerSlam pays off and see how, things go moving forward.
I'm waiting to see what happens to Bruce Pritchard. That was like, one of
I
Vince
know
McMahon's
John
yes men.
Laurinaitis is going to be gone.
He's been gone for fucking weeks, bro. Where have you been?
Under a rock.
Apparently. So yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens with Bruce Pritchard because
I
I
really
was,
want to know what's going to happen to all the Stooges. Here's what I want to know. What's going to happen to Kevin Dunn?
the
Is he going to
gopher.
retire too, or is he going to be friggin' Triple H's bitch now?
Bro, you motherfuckers will never be. There will never be better stooges than Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson.
Yeah. I just wonder what Kevin Dunn's thinking about all of this. Because like he was like Vince McMahon's like go-to guy for years.
The thing is, we can talk all the shit we want about them, but we don't know the kind of relationship that they have with the other members of the McMahon family, like Stephanie and Triple H. And, I mean, they could have a really good relationship, therefore they stay in the company. They could have a horrible relationship to where within the next 2 weeks or whatever, they get them out of the fucking company. Who knows, man? Who knows? We're not there behind the scenes. We don't know what's actually happening. All we know about or hear about
Twitter
are from reports, Twitter. Follow me, Danny Huckins. Um,
at Best One
I,
Donnie.
I'm curious, and I'm gonna wait patiently, and within the next week or so, I think we definitely got to make a follow up because there's more news that's gonna
And
be
we
happening.
really got to let Ben, speak about this as well because we all know he is a WWE mark.
Hmm.
But also to the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, let us know in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts are on the reports that are coming out right now about the whole Vince McMahon retiring thing. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Let us know in the comment section below. And let us know like what you thought about our opinions. If you guys enjoyed this extra, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. If you don't, you're fired. Links down in the description below. Go follow Danny and I on our social medias, all that down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.